without a doubt, that huge Donald Trump margin of victory in Missouri was very beneficial for Eric Greitens, who, in his acceptance speech, was a little bit of an echo of his typical campaign speech. I will note that he didn't really get into a lot of policy specifics. He thanked the crowd, thanked his supporters, said a few of his messages, but he's going to have to really focus on governing in a unique situation because he has an overwhelming Republican majority in the General Assembly, and he spent most of his campaign railing against Jefferson City, and a lot of echoes of the Trump national campaign talking about the corruption, the swamp that is Jefferson City, and now he's going there, and he's going there with Republican majorities that he's going to have to work with.
Trump won Missouri with more than 5,000 votes, 57%. Greitens won with 51%. So a lot of people voted for Donald Trump and then turned and voted for Koster. But as you said, enough coattails that Greitens is the winner. The other interesting thing is Eric Greitens didn't release his taxes, which they made a big stink about. Eric Greitens got a lot of money that nobody knew where it came from. In the end, though, the voters just didn't care.
They didn't care. They liked his general, his attitude, his tough enough to take on Jefferson City. Let's throw out the bums, and that resonated with enough voters. I know you'll have Tony Messenger on later, and he's someone who went to great detail to kind of lay out these different aspects of Eric Greitens and where he may be falling short from his view in the eyes of voters, but they didn't buy it yesterday.
Yeah. The other thing, I can't help but think of Tom Schweik. Tom Schweik at the beginning of this campaign. This is still the same campaign. Tom Schweik, was upset because of a whispering campaign about him being Jewish, which he wasn't. But Eric Greitens wins the Republican primary and wins the governor's race, and the man is Jewish.
That's right. And you're right, McGraw, this campaign started, over 2 years ago, and Catherine Hanaway was kind of the Ted Cruz of this race. She announced way early, and Tom Schweik got into it shortly after, and immediately the campaign struck a very sour note, not only because it was very contentious to begin with, but Tom Schweik took his own life in February of 2015, and not long after, a few months after, Eric Greitens jumped into the race. And yes, we have the first Missouri governor in modern times that has no electoral experience, no political experience. We have first Missouri governor who is a Navy SEAL and a Rhodes Scholar and is also Jewish. Yes, Eric Greitens checks boxes all across the board for firsts in Missouri.
Tyler, outside of the governor's race, anything else capture your attention? It looks like most of the constitutional amendments and propositions, there was no real surprises there. What else sort of popped out at you last night?
No real surprises there. Roy Blunt did win re-election, and his re-election is unique, I still think, because there was such a anti-insider sentiment, and so many from Eric Greitens to Josh Hawley were running on this outsider against the establishment campaign. And while I do know a lot of Republicans know that Roy Blunt votes the right way for them and shares the same views, he had very low approval ratings. And so I think at the end of the day, Missouri voters decided that maintaining the majority in the U.S. Senate and also, maybe most importantly, the Supreme Court, Roy Blunt's going to have a pivotal role there. And how much of a genius does Mitch McConnell look like for stonewalling the Merrick Garland nomination now? Thought about that last night as well. He let the American people decide, and they decided. You're right. All interesting stuff. Tyler, great job last night. Congrats to the entire KTRS team. Thanks for checking in. Thanks, Mark.
You got it. Tyler Holman here, KTRS political analyst. Brad Melke is going to join us in 10 minutes. He's going to be live at the Clinton headquarters. He also had a front row seat to history